Okay, so now we're going to put on the secondary bridge of the Yamato. And before I do, I want to show you guys the anti-aircraft guns right there, as you can see. Which, of course, I made a discovery that before you put this on, you want to put the guns on first, because there's a peg hole that goes right down there. I learned that the hard way, but best thing to do is just to cut off the peg, glue around the areas, and slide it in. So I'm not going to be fiddling about moving the guns left and right for just show and stuff like that. I'm just going to just put it there and I'll be done with it. So the first thing we're going to need is this part, followed by this part here that goes like that, like this. Put a little glue there just in case. Then we have the rear part here that actually you want to use this first. Connect that here and then connect the back part here. There we go. So that's like this. Then the actual physical connection between the secondary bridge to the ship. I'm just going to put some glue on these two parts here so that way they won't come off. Oh, I might as well put glue in between here. There we go. Then we close it up like that. And we have these two little round parts here that, if I'm reading this correctly, this one goes here and the other one goes in through like so. And then, even though the peg here is very thick, I'll put some glue on just in case. And then we'll put it on like that. There. So this is what it looks like. The secondary bridge. And then we'll stick that in like so. It goes in nice and smooth. We'll fix that. And let me put some here. So it goes like that. Like so. We have the large red stabilizer that goes here. And then the small red stabilizer goes in here like so. There we go. So that's how it's supposed to look like. It is an odd thing to see a design like this, considering that it's not a ship that you can actually put on the ground, because you know that these parts is susceptible to be snapped off, broken, bent, whatever. That's why you definitely need a stand. So be very extra careful with this. Now, continuing on with stabilizers, we have these stabilizers that one goes over here, the other one goes here. If I can get it in there. Oh no, this one goes on top. Because I think this one goes here. Or not. Am I missing something here? Oh, that goes there. Just didn't see how it goes in properly, but I'll figure this out. Alright. So that's basically that. Now then. Now, we have the anchors, as you can see here. Anchors are one of the most unique features of the kit. And interestingly, it doesn't want to go in. I wonder why. Let's see. Let's flip it up a bit. I guess this is one of those one of these parts that needs to be glued on. All right. This is not, of course, a snap-tight kit, even though there are certain parts that will require you to, that will not require you to put glue on. There we go. This one, on the other hand, cannot be avoided. There we go. Alright, so that one's done. Then we have two of these little holes here that I've noticed. One there and one there. And using the little tweezers, I gotta pick up these little circular items. Hopefully they won't fly off like my other parts do. And put them in like so. Come on. There we go. So we have that there. We have and did I get the right part? That's number 13. Actually, let me confirm that. Let me just put this little fin here. There we go. Alright, so that part is done. I think hold on. Oh, almost forgot about this one. There's a little... I don't even know why. Would I call it stabilizers or antennas? I have a distinct feeling these are antennas. There we go. So it looks like that. Alright, so far so good. I thought that these two parts go there, but after looking at the diagram, I think I'm going to have to review the manual. So I'll look into these parts again. Alright, let's move on to the next part of this kit. Alright, the next parts that we have to build are the main weaponry of the Yamato, the shock cannons. And there are two different types. There's actually 3 main cannons and 2 smaller cannons. We're going to work with the smaller cannon first, as you see there. And this is actually pretty simple. You take the actual smaller barrel and clip it on there. This will give you the capability of maneuvering and manipulating the actual barrels into the positions you want. Hang on a second. And then you flip it over. Put a little glue there. And then when you put this part on, make sure that this little peg is in the middle, so that way it can be positioned on the ship itself. This is kind of cool, but I'm a bit weary about this. I don't know why. It doesn't feel like it snaps into place there. If you guys ever have to get to this point and you feel like painting it, I would recommend you glue the gun barrels in place, so that way you don't run the risk of losing them. So those guns are done. Now the main gun, you take this part and you take this little part here, and if I can, which fell in the hole wrong, there we go. You want to slide it in like this. There's a little indent impression there that you want to make sure it's on this side. Now this is a bit tricky. It took me a while to understand the manual. These little parts here that I'm about to show you. This one, and this one. They're different. One goes in the right, one goes in the left, and one goes in the middle. These are the actual parts that control or support the barrel of the main gun. And how you want to do it is you want to put it in like so. Make sure you sand down the sides of it so you can bring it in like this. Excuse me. Alright, so it looks like that. Then you will need, well, first of all, before you put this part in, there, put that in here, close it up, and you take this. Now, before you put this in, make sure, as you can see, there's a guide there. Make sure that this round guide is in the back of the gun. Then push it in. Flip it over. There's a part that goes back here, but you want to make sure you put these on first. Then glue it on. Now, the barrels themselves, as you can see here, this one you can put on like so. It goes in like that. However, I'm not too very fond of these. I don't know why, because these things, even though have slight movement, it's not enough for it to, I don't know, to move. I believe maybe if you turn this around left and right, it does something, but I don't know. I don't see anything. I don't see any type of movement whatsoever. Furthermore, these things can pop out easily. So, my recommendation: put a light amount here, and then stick it on, like so. There we go. Alright. So all three main cannons and both sub cannons are now complete.